Good. All right, you guys. Happy Wednesday, week whatever of quarantine. If you guys could go ahead and mute yourselves if you're not already muted, that would be awesome. And we'll get started. So let's see. We got 22 people on here. I'm sure some more people are going to be hopping on, but drop a 1 in the chat if you are less than 30 days new here. Drop a 2 in the chat if you joined in 2020, and drop a 3 in the chat if you joined prior to January 1st this year. I joined the business 4 years ago. I'm Kara's sister, so this is the perfect example of why you guys should be asking every aunt, uncle, sister, brother, cousin, kid, niece, nephew, whoever they are. Because you never know when they might want it or if it's for them or not. So my sister asked me to sign up as a distributor. I was not interested at all. I was a full-time dental hygienist, and we were just living life. It was great. I worked 8 to 5. Michael worked 80 hours every week, and life was good. I tried the products, ended up liking them, kind of accidentally earned a spot on a free cruise, you guys. I didn't even mean to. People were just asking me what I was using, and Kara signed them up on my website. And I went Ruby by doing that. So I didn't even know what I was doing. So if I can do that, then you guys can do that too. After that, life kind of happened, and I decided that I was overworking 8 to 5 for somebody else every single day and carrying that stress home with me. So I got my butt to work, went double diamond last year, and about to go triple diamond. So we're doing this. Tonight, we are going to talk about dream boards. So what number are we on? 4. Drop a 4 in the chat if you have ever made a dream board before. Drop a 5 if you have no idea what it is. And if you're just hopping on, don't forget to mute yourself. Awesome. So a little bit of both. Perfect. So we do these things called dream boards, vision boards. You guys might remember, like, depending on how old everyone is, like cutting pictures out of magazines when you were a little kid, putting them on a piece of construction paper. Anyone remember that? Just me? I'm not that old. Come on, you guys. So we are going to do dream boards tonight. The best tip that I have for like apps, if you want to do it on an app, is I like the app Over, but I know there's a lot of other good apps. If you want to do it, you can see Brooks behind her actually on her cork board back there. She cuts pictures out or prints pictures out of things that she wants to put on her dream board. So you guys can use an app. You guys can print them out. You guys can even write them on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be fancy, you guys. Put it somewhere that you're going to see it, though, because this is going to be your why. This is going to be when you ask 20 people one day and nobody says yes, you're going to think, why am I doing this? Why am I going to keep going? Because of those things on your dream board, you guys. You just have to ask the right amount of people and the right person at the right time. A no isn't no forever. It's just a no right now. So your dream board is what's going to keep pushing you. Morgan uses Word Swag. That's another really good. You can use the free app on that one too, you guys. So Brooke, will you pull up my dream board from last year?
Probably.
So I made this dream board. Don't forget to mute yourself, you guys. If you don't mind. So I made this dream board that Brooke's about to share with you guys in December of 2018. This was like my 2019 dream board. This was at a time that I was still working full-time dental hygienist. I had no intentions of quitting that job. We were only going to be in Ohio for 2 more years. I could stick it out for 2 years, right? But I started dreaming big because I wanted a way out. I wanted a way out sooner than that 2-year time period. So when you're making your dream board, I want you guys to push yourselves, to challenge yourselves. And remember, you don't have the same goals as everyone else. I don't have any children, so my things are about my husband, my dog, and I. And don't feel like you're being selfish for any of these things either. So these are things that I said I wanted to do in 2019, just for examples. So, you know, jot some ideas down while you guys are looking at all these. We wanted to go to Europe. We went to Europe last May. Michael, where all did we go last year on vacation? Where all did we go on vacation last year? Went to Italy, Barcelona. We went a lot of different places. So we did that. I said I wanted to pay off my student loans. I did that. I said I wanted to read more and listen to personal development. I did that. When I was working still, I would listen to personal development all the time in the car. So I would listen to podcasts. Rachel Hollis is one of my favorites. Jenna Kutcher, The Gold Digger, is really good. John Maxwell is really good. So when I was still working, I would listen all the time in the car. Now I like to read or listen to audiobooks. I said I wanted to grow my savings, improve health and fitness, and get a $10,000 check. I did not get a $10,000 check, and I still haven't, but I'm still even dreaming bigger than that now. So those are just some examples, like traveling, savings, being debt free, any of those things. And then Brooke, do you have my other one that I made for 2020? You're on it. So these are everyone's. So I use the app Over to make this, and then I'll make it my screensaver so I can look at it every day and it's a reminder. You guys can read through that. I'm not going to read through everything. Some of those things are similar, some of them are not. Some of them are materialistic things, and that's okay. At one point in time, I said I wanted to buy a Louis Vuitton, and guess what? That year, I ended up buying like 3 or 4, not just one. And no debt over that too. So that is awesome. So a couple of things that I want to tell you guys about making your dream boards is just remember that it's not to brag about yourself. It's not to boast. It's to look at it and just remember, like, when things get tough, like, why are you doing this? What's the purpose? Like, you can do all these things and so much more. And as you grow and as your business grows, these goals are going to become bigger and bigger, and they're going to become scarier. And you're going to feel like you're never going to get there. But guess what? You are. We're so close to a lot of those things already. I probably dream too small. I still need to dream bigger. A lot of the girls that you're going to hear from after me dream really big as well, and they inspire me to dream bigger. So don't feel bad about wanting any of these things. Keep dreaming bigger and know where you're going. And that's all I have. Let's see, who was going to go next?
Yeah, I can go. Okay, you guys, so just a little background on me. I got started in October of 18. I signed up with Brooke, and the reason I started this was completely to quit my job. Like most people, you're going to hear like they just signed up for groceries and gas money, just a couple extra $100. But I literally wanted to quit my job and come home to my baby. And so I worked my butt off, and I did that in 6 months. And Brooke, if you want to post or show that first dream board of mine, I think it's pink. But then you guys, once I was able to come home, I kind of didn't really know what I wanted. I knew, like, obviously I wanted to be debt free. Oh, it's hard to read. I made it too white. I know I wanted to be debt free. Like, obviously, who wants to have debt laying around? But I kind of just got complacent in the fact that, like, I was home with my baby, and that's what I wanted. So that's like, I was home, and then my checks started dropping. And so I have done some things on this dream board. One of those says pay off our Ranger. We did that. I obviously became a stay-at-home mom. And then, you know, sometimes you guys, God works in like crazy ways. Like when you ask for something, it's never going to come to you in the way that you think it's going to. We actually ended up deciding to, so some of this stuff happened not because of the money that I made with It Works, you guys, but it still happened, and I still wrote it down. And this used to be in the background on my phone. We ended up deciding to sell our house, and we are currently living in a camper, getting ready to build another house. So that's going to be fun. But you guys, we were able to pay off our Ranger when we did that. And then I had a truck at the time, and I did not want to get rid of my truck. I loved my truck, but I was pregnant with a second baby. And so Justin, like, we just decided that we needed something else. And I actually have my dream Tahoe right now, and it's completely paid off. Again, that is not because of It Works. I don't want you guys, like, I don't want to give that false advertising, but because of It Works, I was able to quit my job, and we were able to decide, like, hey, we don't really want to live here anymore. This isn't really like, we kind of want to do something else. And so I wrote down what I wanted, and this was way before we decided to sell our house. And so some of those things came true. What does that other one say? Help people become healthier. I think we do that every day with our products. Okay, go ahead to my next one if you can. Thank you. So you guys, we have like big dreams. Like, don't let my husband fool you whenever he makes fun of me and my self-development and like these Zooms that we do, because because of It Works, he was able to quit his job as a police officer and do what he's always wanted to do, which is be a hunting guide. And so we're living in a camper at like the lodge where he works, and we have like really big dreams, and I haven't even put some of those on there. Like, we want to own our own hunting lodge someday. I want to own my own gym with a daycare, because like, it drives me crazy that I can't get to the gym with kids. And so I want my own gym with a daycare with all the nicest equipment. My husband, I mean, we want to build our own lodge. Like, I'm sitting in a lodge. We want to build our own lodge. And that, if you don't know, is going to be like hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to do. And so that may seem completely crazy. And sometimes I'm just like, I laugh at our dreams and I'm like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to, because I believe it so much in my heart that this business that Brooke and I met on Instagram for a reason. And that reason was not just to get me to retire from being an EMT and come home to my baby, but it was to dream bigger and do the things that we've always wanted to do, like deep down in our hearts. Like, Justin's obsessed with hunting. He's never going to come to conference with me because that is deer season and duck season and whatever. But we are just really kind of focused on living out our dreams and doing the things that we want to do, and not having to clock into a job every single day for a $15 paycheck or $15 an hour paycheck. And so by the end of this year, and I should probably put ambassador on there, but I am going to be presidential diamond by December. I'm going to have a $27,000 paycheck. And I don't even know if you guys can read all that, but one of them says like, I need glasses really bad, but my daughter broke them. So I don't wear them, but I will pay for LASIK in cash, you guys. I'm getting LASIK this year. And so like that says I will launch 10 new distributors every single month. I haven't done that yet. The most distributors that I sign is usually like 4 to 6 right now is pretty much my average, but I'm going to sign 10 distributors every single month. And so it's stuff like that you really have to say to yourself and just completely believe 110% that it can happen. Because if you don't, you guys, there are days when not this business, but just life in general, like, oh my gosh, Monday was crazy. Today, I tried to take my kids for a drive so they would fall asleep and I could get some work done. And as soon as we got into town and I parked my car, guess who started crying? The baby. So like, you're going to have days where you just feel like you can't do anything right. You can't get anything done. But if you 100,000% believe that it can happen, it will. And so, like I said, some of those things I still haven't done, but I know for a fact that I'm going to. And we have I'd say about $50,000 in debt. I need to look that up. It's probably a little bit more, but we're going to be completely debt free this year. And we're getting ready to build a house right now. And I want to be able to pay for most of that in cash and be able to just completely pay off my house. Can you guys imagine if you did not have a house payment and the only thing you had to pay for was utilities and like insurance? I mean, can you even imagine? Like, it blows my mind, because that's not the life that we're taught to live. We're taught to go to school, go to more school, get yourself in debt, and that's great and everything. Like, I'm not saying don't go to college, don't get your degrees, but I am saying that sometimes you just have to dream bigger. And yeah, So I think that's all I had to say. I don't know who's next. Brooke, maybe.
Yeah, I can go. This is so exciting, you guys. Now I have new things to add to my own dream board. I just wrote down 2 that I need to add. But if you guys don't know me, my name is Brooke. I'm a triple diamond. I joined in April of 2018, so a little over 2 years now. Kara is actually my cousin. So I was dating her husband's cousin. It's kind of confusing, but we're kind of related somehow. But I watched her for about 3 years, and right before I graduated college, I was like, I just want to do this for an extra $100 to $300 for gas and groceries. I just got my degree and I was going to go into accounting. And as I was looking for jobs in Marshall, I was moving to a small town. I realized that there was no jobs here that were going to pay me that for what I worked hard for in college. So I started working this business really hard and never actually had to get a job, a corporate job. And I've done this ever since, and I would not trade it for the world. And I think dream boards are so important because on those hard days, if you need to look at something, you can look at your dream board and see what you're going for, and that'll just get you motivated right away. So as you could see, they do theirs on an app, which I have some like that as well. I also do it in I have a board right here just so I can see it every day when I am in my office. I think in the Miracle Morning book, I don't do this every single day, but in there's 6 different things you do every single morning. And one is just envisioning what you want your life to be like, and just looking at your dream board and just seeing it all come to life. So that's kind of what I do in the mornings. So on here I have my dream car, which is a 2019 white Chevy Traverse, or no, Blazer. I always get it wrong. It's a Blazer. Our dream house, our dream kitchen, which this is kind of funny. So we have been wanting to remodel our kitchen for a long time, and we got quotes for new countertops because we've had green backsplash and green countertops for over 2 years now, and we're over it. And we were just going to get new countertops. We painted all of our cabinets, and my dad was going to make us an island, and there's a big wall separating our living room and our kitchen, you guys. And last night we decided that we're going to just do a full gut and a full remodel. And that's on my dream board. Our island on here is on my dream board. So that's going to come to life within the next couple of months once we get everything saved up, which is going to be from Canaan's It Works account, which is super exciting. And I'm ready to get rid of those green countertops. So if I would have quit this, you guys, this probably would not be happening. So you just have to know that you just have to have this stuff either on your phone or on a board like this. And then one other thing that I do as well is I actually just have a whiteboard, and you can just write them on here so they're easy to check off. I know it's kind of hard to read, but I have more things on here, just wake up by 6:30 a.m. every day, which this month I think all but one day I've woken up before 6:30 a.m. I have my white Chevy Blazer on here. I have that I am Ambassador 2020. I don't have a certain month, but I just have by 2020, so by the end of the year. Travel monthly. This was before, we couldn't travel, but I put on here when we can, because before this all happened, I was traveling monthly, and last year I traveled almost every single weekend. So, and that's because of this business. If it weren't for this business, I would not have been able to do that. Pay off my credit card, and I have the exact amount on here. Pay off Canaan student loans, which I don't know the exact amount, but I'm going to write it down when I know it. Finish kitchen, which is going to be checked off soon. And just different things like that. You guys can make them as small as you want, but also make them as big as you can. Because you can check off those small goals while you're reaching for those big goals. So that's all I have. So I don't know who wanted to go next, if it was Sammy or Stacy.
I can go. My name is Sammy, and I've been with the business a little over a year now. So we did these dream boards last year at one point. And it was like such a good like aha moment for me because I realized like it's almost like we feel guilty for like wanting more out of our own lives. Like you feel weird writing things down at first, and you write something down and you feel like, oh, should I write that down? Like, is it okay to want that? Is it okay to like want more? And it's like so easy to get caught up in like that self-doubt kind of, and like that negative talk. And so every time I sit down to do one of these, I like catch myself kind of thinking that way. And it's so interesting when you like push past that, what your brain really can do and how much you truly want out of life. And that's okay. That's good. That's what like gives us like like it gives us another reason to like keep going, another focus. So do you want to pull mine up? I have it in front of me too, but so I think for me most importantly is God being number one. And I feel like I definitely am not always very good at this. But it's definitely something that I think makes everything else fall into place and kind of guides me and has me go where I need to. And then even though there are moments where my business is my priority in life, I want Tim and Hazen to be my priority. So to me, it's a really big statement because I struggled with this for a long time, was feeling like, okay, if I'm working my business, but then I'm not giving them time, or if I'm giving them time, then I'm not working my business. And it really started to realize, and like I talked to a lot of people, I can do both, but I just need to prioritize. So when I choose to spend time with Tim and Hazen, I am choosing to spend that time with them. But then it's okay for me to have 2, 5, whatever hours a day for my business. But at that time, it is my choice to work my business. And so, yes, overall in life, they are going to be my, priority over that, but it's okay to have my business be a priority too. I want to be able to bless others. I want to be able to give back. And I feel like that's been something that my husband and I work really hard at doing. But truthfully, like, I just feel like the more I make, the more I can bless others. And I can bless others with time, with all those kind of things. But like this lady in the Philippines reached out to me last week. And this was actually before I reached double diamond on my account and diamond on Tim's account. And she wanted diapers and milk for her daughter. And I was like, well, how the heck am I going to send someone in the Philippines diapers and milk? And I don't know her. So it was a weird God thing, but I had bought the wrong size diapers for Hazen when this whole like pandemic started. I bought a size 4. Well, it happened to be the size that her daughter needed. So I'm like, I'm going to ship these diapers. I don't care what the cost is. Like, I'm shipping them. So Tim goes to the post office for me, $180. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not going to ship these diapers. So I'm like, what can I do? Like, it was just like so far on my heart, but I'm like, $180 for diapers. I'm like $200 and some dollars into this thing. Like, and who knows if she's going to get them in like a month. The kid might be out of size 4. So I like prayed about it, tried to figure it out. So finally I was like, okay, do you have PayPal? I was like, you know what? If she uses money to go buy something horrible, that's her choice. But at least like I can feel good about doing something for her. And I feel like this business, because I was so focused on my business in those days, and I was like, you know what? I need to do something for someone else. Like it was just so far on my heart. So I ended up sending her $50, which transferred to like 2,000 something in Philippine money. I don't even know. I was like, holy bucket. Like, whatever. So she sends me like 2 days later a picture of, they don't use like milk like we do. They have like a milk replacement, but it was like a milk replacement, diapers, some other stuff, and then like some ice cream and some candy. So it was like a real thing. Like it wasn't like she just, I don't know. To me, it made it feel like it was like actually used for stuff rather than just like, oh, here's milk and diapers that I bought. So yeah, so that kind of goes into that. And that just like makes my heart feel so good. It makes me want to push even further. And like, I love when the girls on my team promote. I like get so excited to like get them gifts and stuff like that. It just like makes my heart happy. So that's super fun. So I feel like the more success I have in the business, the more I'll be able to do that. Bible time, just to like get my head straight, my priorities straight. So I want to this year save 50,000 personally, like myself, not including what my husband does. And that maybe is a little something different about my situation, I'll be honest. I joined more for the future, and I think that mindset screwed me for a little while because I was so focused on, oh, in the future when my husband's done rodeoing and can't provide financially like that anymore, then that's when I'll like step in. Well, how am I going to step in the future if I don't save toward it, work toward it now? And so I think it's a really like big mindset change that I had. Like, you know what, even though we're okay financially right now, like we're doing well, everything like that, I can help now. It can be better now, and it will provide for our future. So that was a big thing for me to realize. And so this is a really big goal on my own, but I'm super excited about it. I want to get 3 more personally enrolled diamonds on my team. More would be great. I want to have a minimum of 4,000 personal volume per month on my charts. And I want to get 60 Ts a month. I feel like the volume, even though it's like a big number, that's an area in my business I'm more confident in. It's enrolling the distributors, but I'm going to do the dang thing this month and I'm going to figure it out because I definitely struggle a little bit here, and that's not going to be the case anymore. I just need to continue to push outside my comfort zone. And I think when I do that, and I think I've seen like when girls on my team do that, that's when you get such great results, and it's like so exciting. So those are big things with my business. Things that like I just want. Because of this business, I'm going to buy myself a squash blossom or some kind of really cool turquoise necklace that's expensive that Tim isn't going to get for me. And I'm going to work out 5 days a week, which I hadn't worked out in 2 years until this quarantine, but our products are really great. But when you eat a bag of chocolate peanut butter M&Ms a night, you gotta do something a little bit more. And I didn't want to give up the chocolate peanut butter M&Ms, so that's where we're at. We want to go to Napa for our 5-year anniversary. We did our like 1-year anniversary there / honeymoon. And I guess in there I should have put, I would like to pay for that, or at least like pay for part of it. And I want to contribute to paying off our house. So we talked about, that is our only payment that we have left. And so we talked about increasing our monthly payment to that. So even if I can do like one part and he can do the other, I think that would just, I don't know. I love being able to contribute. So that's been a big blessing lately. So that's pretty much my breakdown. Sorry, I went on forever. I think I'm done. Stacy.
Hi guys. I'm feeling real pregnant tonight, so bear with me. Okay, so for some of you guys know, you can just leave it on me because I'm gonna talk for a minute, but some of you guys know that like this is my stacking boards. And I couldn't find them because they used to be like Brooks. Like on the, what do you call it? What do you call it, Brooke? Like behind her on the paper. And I used to love those because it's nice with the push pins. You can like take them off and like put another thing on it or whatever. But I joined you guys in this business. I was 9 months pregnant with Ireland, and she's turning 6 in October. And it was August 26th when like teachers literally report back to school. And I didn't have a full-time job yet. And I was like desperate because Stefan and I were married. We were just dating at the time. And it's like another story for another time. But we were just dating at the time. And we, I just didn't want to ask him for money. I was like one of those people. I was like, I just don't want to have him pay my car payment. And I really didn't have any other bills. Like I didn't have a ton of debt yet. I don't even know where that came from because it happened over the years. And so I was just like seeing my friend Christina sell $500 or like make $500 doing this. And I was like ignorance on freaking fire. And I don't even know what my reason was. It was literally just so Stefan didn't have to pay my stuff because I didn't want to be like a moocher. And I did it. And I remember he was like, he told my mom something. He was like, she's going to quit this. It's going to be fine. Because I wasn't working at all. Like this was my income. And she was like, you just wait, watch her in January. And then I went on, you guys, to earn like the 2 free cruises and I paid off our wedding in cash, and I did all these things, and I was making diamond pay, and then I stopped working. So don't be like me. Keep pushing, because if I am a testament of, if you stop pushing yourself and stop dreaming, then your business crumbles. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want to wake up one day and be like, I have arrived. I make $2,000. I'm going to have my team do the rest. And it's always going to be this way, because it's not. It's not always going to be this way. So, you guys, it also took me 18 months to go diamond my first time. It took me 16 months to go triple my second time. So that's like a huge, I just added that up today and I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. Which obviously it's my second time, but the business is run completely different now with host to post and social media and resources like this with Zooms and teachings and trainings. And like, you can always be learning. So always just be open to learning for more. Okay. So I paid off our wedding in 2015. On my 2016 dream board, I put more babies, and we're currently pregnant with our third, and we had Jameson 2 years ago in May. My couch, anybody who has been following me forever, I literally remember putting a couch, like Pinterest was my favorite thing. So make a Pinterest board of like what you want your home to look like, where you want to travel, what kind of car you want, like legit make it crazy, make it big. And it doesn't have to be material things, but for a lot of us, like those little material, tangible things, really, like if you can hold it in your hands, it feels really good. But if you can give it away, it feels really good in your heart too. So whatever those are, like when Sammy sent, $50 to the Philippines, like that just makes you feel good. So whatever that is for you, do it. For me, it was my couch. I paid our honeymoon in cash because I paid our wedding in cash. So then we used our wedding money to pay for our honeymoon in cash. And it was like the best week of our life. And now we're thinking like, okay, now we're on our third kid. Who's going to watch all of our kids when like we do want to go on vacation again? Like, what the heck? So we'll probably just have to like find a nanny or something to come with us. Any volunteers, you're welcome. Now, when I joined the second time, you guys, I had a reason. Okay. So I had like motivation. I had a newborn baby who was 6 weeks old. I was feeling so chubby, and I just knew that I was meant for more. And I knew that It Works had been my vehicle for more. And I had already worked at like full time teaching for a whole year. And I was just so over it, because I was like, why am I paying $800 in daycare for one kid, and I'm going to have to pay $1,700 for another kid to have to go to daycare? Like, this is BS, right? Because I want to be home with my babies. I didn't have babies just to like have somebody else raise them while I'm teaching all these little not nice kids with not nice parents. And I like, this is stupid. So I'm like, it doesn't add up. I need to do something. So my husband found me like literally holding Jameson on the floor of our living room. And I just bawled to him. And I was like, I am meant for so much more than this. Like, I'm literally going to bring home like $800 at the end of this month and not be around my kids. I'm going to be a weekend mom. This is awful. So I started for formula and diapers. So I restarted with Kara. I met Kara on the first cruise. It's not like my first account, I just kind of like dilly-dallied. No, like I hustled, but it just took me a lot longer to get to where I wanted to go way back then. Well, I met Kara and I called her in that July. I signed up to be a loyal customer. I lost 20 pounds. I was like ready to go. I went Ruby in 18 days. I went Emerald in my second month. I earned a $10,000 bonus in January. Then I went double, and then I sat there for a year, because double is really comfortable. You're making really good money. You have a great fat bonus, and it's not that I quit working. You just get comfortable, and you start having those feelings like triple is crazy. I just did that last month, but you start feeling like, am I worthy? Like, am I meant for, like, you have those doubts. And the thing is if you're brand new and you have doubts that you're never going to get to Ruby, like, wash them away. The fear is always going to be there. You are always going to fear or doubt something. But that is where growing your self-development of that self-talk and being able to catch yourself, and Pam calls it being aware. She says, when I let those thoughts creep in, I immediately flip the switch, and I have to catch it and then shoot those away, right? So if that's something that you battle with, that's okay. It's part of your journey, okay? But I bought my couch in January. I went into Costco, you guys. This is a funny story. I literally called Costco and I was like, I need this couch. And she was like, we have one left in the store. And I was like, well, it's mine. Can I buy it over the phone? And she's like, no, you have to buy it in the store. I don't have a truck. Stefan was up north hunting. I called my brother-in-law. My parents were in Myrtle Beach. I'm like, I need you to come meet me at Costco. And he's like, okay. And I go in, I buy my couch, put it on the debit card, which felt so good because it was cash and it was in the bank. And I got to sit on it, and I still do. And it's like, if you need furniture, Costco is the way to go, man. It's cheap and durable. Then I had a really big goal, you guys, and it was really scary because it was going to take a lot of commitment from me with my paychecks. And we had $16,000, a little bit more, in credit card debt. And I was like, if you have ever had credit card debt, just drop a 2. If you do have it, if you want to share the number of credit card debt you have, it held me back. It was like a freaking chain. Okay. I hated my credit card debt. I didn't even know where it came from. Freaking Victoria's Secret bras from 2001. I don't even have boobs back then. I don't even know. And literally it just accrued, and they never tell you oh, just like my student loans that are so stupid, that I'm not using, you gotta pay those back. It's just a big fat IOU. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And my butt puckered. Oh, Brooke, I love that you put the exact amount. You go, girl. So I decided it's time. I'm gonna pay this shit off. And if God is gonna, and this is one thing too, that you might have this fear, because I did the first time, you guys. I had this fear of money because I never had any. I had a bartender mindset of, well, I'm going to make a lot of money this weekend and then I'm going to blow it, but I know that it's going to come back in next weekend. And I know that there's some servers on here. So if you know that mindset of that quick, fast money of it's coming back in, and then all of a sudden I'm getting paid once a month. And I feared money. And in between my first account and my second account of joining again, I did Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University. And so if you need guidance in that, I swear to you, spend the $100, okay, sign a distributor, get them 4 loyal customers, get your $100 fast start, and buy Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, because I don't think my mindset could have allowed me to move to the ranks that I wanted to, or knew where I could go, without me being able to control that amount of money, those finances, right? So for me, it was a money mindset. And if you don't know, everybody has a money mindset. And if you haven't really dove into what yours is, you totally should. And I know Pam has a podcast on it. And it's just so good to really figure all of that out. So I paid off our credit card debt. It took me 5 months to pay $16,000 off. That's a lot of paying off. That's a lot. It's big chunks of money. And it was hard and it was difficult because when you get that kind of money, you're making $5,000, $6,000 a month, sometimes $8,000 a month, and you've never made that kind of money. You honestly just want to run and buy all the things and go to Target runs and go buy Louis Vuittons and do all the things. But I knew that I had to control it. And so I did. And I made a live video. Some of you might have watched it. I literally sat there bawling, cutting up all my credit cards. live on Facebook. And I can't even tell you the response of people. Like, I didn't do it for anybody else but me, because I know those chains that hold people back. And some people don't even admit it. Like, I have girlfriends who are like, well, I'm just always going to live in debt. Like, we're just always going to have credit card bills. And I'm like, but it doesn't have to be that way, right? And then my last thing on my 2019 board was to buy Stefan a truck. And so this year, which we leased because at the time it wasn't in the finances to like go just spend $30,000 on a truck or however, whatever. But I also did this, you guys. I like to have a samples cash goal. And in July last year, when Rachel Jones started this whole sample cash thing, I was like, well, we need a new TV stand. So I was like, I'll sell, I don't even know. My goal was like 300 in sample cash in July. And I think I ended up making like $800 just from my like auto ships that I ran that I had extra money from. Product from. So I went and bought, it showed up at our door and I was like, hey babe, I got something for you to build. And he's like, how did you even pay for this? So now he calls my PayPal like my secret money because it's my sample cash money. Whatever. My goals for this year, like literally scare the crap out of me. And I remember when we were making goals for this year, I was like, Kara, I don't really know what I have. Like, what am I going to do? And she's like, well, you're going to do this. You're going to do this, like make a goal. So you can share that for a minute. These dream boards, you guys, keep you so accountable. I remember like 2 months ago or a month ago, Brooke, if you want to bring up my board for this month, you can, or for this year. Let's not do month. That's scary. It keeps you accountable because you're like, well, what have I done this year? Okay. Or what have I done so far, right? If it's November and you've not done any of the things on your dream board, it's like, hey, sister, you got to get it together. So this picture was me at the leadership retreat. And if you look at the very bottom, it says, be as happy as I am in this picture at all times, because literally like just being surrounded by my best friends in the business, like people who I never even thought, it's kind of like a sorority if anybody's been in a sorority, but people who I never even thought would be like, who I would never know are in my life. And it's like, God has just blessed me. So really make those connections and find people that you can work with and that you can dream bigger with and who push you. Okay. And who are super duper positive, and you'll go places with this business. Okay. So go to the top or look at the top. It says buy everything for baby number 3 with cash. You guys, we are due in 20 days for our baby. And I like woke up on May 1st and I was like, and we live in a bungalow. We're very much outgrowing our home. We need to buy a new home like immediately. But right now it's just not a good market in Detroit where I live, in Metro Detroit. And so we're going to wait a few months and see how it is when we go to sell. But here's the deal. The baby literally is going to be in our room, like with us. And I was like, okay, I don't have a dresser. I don't have another changing table. I don't have another changing pad. I don't have like all these things. You guys, I literally was, and I don't say this to brag or anything, but I have, considering 2 years ago when I joined, 16 months ago when I joined to pay for formula and diapers. And 3 weeks ago, I was able to buy a double stroller, all the things that I needed at Buy Buy Baby. I spent like $600. I used my Fast Start, so I didn't even have to look at my commissions to see if the money was there. Literally, that felt so good. But then the other day, I was like, we need a dresser and we need a few more things. So not only do we have a stockpile of formula and diapers for the new baby that's not even here yet, but I've been able to spend probably close to $1,000 just to prepare for the things that I know I'm going to need. Like, that is freedom, knowing that you can do that, knowing that you don't have to check the bank account, knowing that the money is there and it's coming in. And what I want you guys to start saying is like, if you have a bad money mindset of like, there's never enough, there's never going to be enough. You're never going to have enough. But if you start saying money is ever flowing my way, I have more money than I know what to do with. Literally, there's going to be surprises. There's going to be paycheck. There's going to be just random checks showing up at your door for different things. I mean, the fact that like our stimulus check, we didn't have to, it's in another bank account for my husband. And I was like, let's just leave it there. Like, we don't necessarily need to use it on anything right now. Like, just leave it and we'll use it on something later. Other goals that I have for this year: lose all the baby weight by October 2020. If you have a weight loss goal or a skincare goal or something like that, put that on there. Kara, I'm getting your messages. I want to cut my student loan debt in half because I don't even know how much student loan debt I have now. I think it's like $80,000. Started at like $58,000, but that interest is really adding up. So literally, we want to cut that in half sometime this year. I want to have 10,000 in savings, which right now we have like half that, which is great. I want to enroll 100 distributors and 300 loyal customers. And I was trying to figure out how I can figure out how many loyal customers I've gotten. But last month I enrolled 50. In the month before I enrolled like 23. So I'm at 73, and I haven't even counted January and February. Or January. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good on that. I'm buying an iPad Pro once we get paid this week. Or next week, which I'm super duper excited about. I have 2 personally enrolled diamonds, and that was last month that hit. But overall on my team, we have 4 new emeralds and 8 rubies. So if you look at my little 6 diamonds, 10 emeralds, 20 rubies, that's awesome because I'm gaining my way to meet those. I want to plan a girls trip. I want to be able to take my 3 best friends on like the trip of our lifetime, even if it's just like New York City, to like go do all the shopping. And like, we literally plan for that. Pray and journal every day. This is something I need to get better at. Just because I need to, but I feel like I'm making an excuse of why I'm not doing that right now. But it's good. See how it's really good to see these reminders of the things that you wanted to do at the beginning of the year. And you're like, hello, I need a reminder. $25,000 monthly, that's going to come. Tithe 10%, I'm doing it. I remember when Kara was like, oh my God, I don't know if you care that I'm sharing this, Kara, but she was like, it felt so good to go give $600 to church today. It was like the month that I joined. And I was like, do you know how bad that I want to do that? Like, I just want to be able to like take 10% right off the top. And they say that tithing is literally supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. And it's because that's when God is going to give it back to you. And it's just amazing. Kara is texting me and she's saying that like she's given $2,000 before a month. Like, that's amazing. And maybe you don't belong to a church. That's okay. You can give it. Tithing doesn't necessarily mean that you're giving it to a church or like an institution of some sort. Maybe that's you donating $400 to whatever. And right now there's a lot that you can donate to. I want to furnish our new home with ease. When we do move in, I want to be able to like, I don't even know, just go into the store and be like, I want 1 of those, 4 of those, 8 of those. I need 3 of those. Like, just freaking do it. And it'll probably be Costco. So let's be honest. I'm going to be a top 150 income earner because I'm just going to do it. This is going to happen. I don't know how, but you guys, I don't know how any of this is going to happen. But I do know that God knows. And that's all I need to know. That's where I rest, is that my Lord knows how this is going to happen. I just have to give him my desires, and he will show me the way. I want to save $40,000 for our down payment on our new home. I really want to plan that second honeymoon for me and Stefan. And I did put a date of 2021 because I want to have my mom bod back, a MILF mode bob. And I want to go to Nashville for my birthday. So like, if anybody wants to go, let's do it. It's in November. But you know what? These things, you guys, are all things that you're totally capable of doing. And you'll see how you can take it off there. I made that, I think, just on WordSwag. But you'll see that some of these things are really achievable and some of those things are really uncomfortable. And that's okay. You're supposed to have things that are doable. You know, I enjoy getting my nails done and having pedicures. And I know that that's something that my business allows me to do, right? If you guys need fast money, if you're like, okay, I want to make, like, set an amount of sample cash that you want to make. Okay? Set an amount of fast start bonuses you want to make. Last month, I made over $1,200 in fast start bonuses. But that means that over 6 or 7 of my DTs got their shopping sprees. Okay? Like, set tiny goals for yourself. It can be loyal customers. It can be distributors. It can be weekly. It can be monthly. But setting tiny goals totally will work in your favor. And if you do a loyal customer and distributor, I don't have it by me, but I take just a piece of paper. I remember I did this and I challenged myself last month. We all did this, like a few of the girls who are in like the same chat as me. And we just put a goal out there and said, I want to sign, like, I think it was 2 distributors and 10 loyal customers in a week. And I signed 2 distributors and like 17 loyal customers. Like what? But I put it out there and I made spots for them. And I'm a checklister. I'm like I got to do this shit. I got to make it happen. So that helps too. And that's why dream boards are so, so important, because if you don't know, they're kind of more important. They're as important as your chart is. Because if you don't know where you're going, then what are you working for? What are you working for? And I have seen really great potential people who have done very good for themselves in this business, stop, including myself, you guys, because they stopped dreaming and they stopped working and they didn't know what they were working for anymore. So I want to challenge you guys. This is off, I feel like Mark right now on a Sunday night call, but I want to challenge you guys to make a dream board. It doesn't have to be for the year. It can just be for life, things that you want to do, and put like 2 things that will be achievable, and put like 5 things that you really just want to do, or pictures of things that you want to have. Okay. And we're going to start a thread, and that's a wrap, where you guys can upload these and we can cheer each other on and keep each other accountable. And just keep in mind that these things don't have to have a time limit. When you put a time limit on something, you get discouraged if you don't reach it. If I would have put a time limit on Triple Diamond, I would have quit a long time ago. It took me a year to get. If Kara had put, Ambassador Diamond January 2020, and she got so discouraged that she didn't hit it, like, that's okay. If it takes me 10 more years to get to Ambassador, like, I am fine doing that, because I know the lives that I change and the people who I'm forming and the person that God is making me into, that's who I'm going to be, right? So I highly encourage you to step out of your comfort zone, make a dream board that makes your butt pucker, okay? And do the damn things every single day. Wake up, feel the fire, and believe me, on those days you don't feel the fire, find somebody who can bring you back up. Because those are the people who you really, oh my God, Hazen, you're so cute. Naked baby. But those are going to be the people who are going to bring you back up. It can be your upline. It can be someone who's a sideline sister. And if you have a downline, I'll say this. And I tell my downline this. I say, you never know when I have a bad day. Because you're my downline. I always want to be able to be the one to bring you guys up. That's why on my bad days, like today I told Brooke, I was like, I'm struggling today. And she's like, why? And like, we give each other pep talks, right? I call Kara because she's my upline. She's going to bring me up. She's going to give me 5 minutes to bitch. And then she's like, okay, you're done. All right. So I love you guys. And I'm so proud of you guys for jumping on and pouring into your business. And yeah. Are we done? Sammy, do you want to say a quick prayer? Just over our dreams and our goals.
Yeah, I can, if you don't mind this jibber jabber in the background. Here you go. Here's a pen. Okay. Don't set yourself. I'm not going to shut my eyes.
Yeah, don't do it.
Lord Jesus, we just thank you so much for letting us gather here tonight, for bringing this amazing group of people together. Let us just be focused on you, knowing that you're the ultimate creator of everything, that what we have in our minds, you put there, you can make happen. We just need to trust in you, believe in you, turn to you, and just rely on you, Lord. Get rid of any negative thoughts and let us just move forward with positivity, with grace, with your love, and just knowing that we're made for more and we're made to glorify you and just be a blessing to others and just to serve you, Lord. Everything that we do in our business can be a bigger light to you, and we just pray that you guide that you bless that, and let us feel your presence each and every day. I pray that you're with anyone on this chat that needs you right now, that you cover them, that you let them see your love and your constant grace, and that we're just growing in you constantly. We love you so much, and we just pray for protection over our world. Amen.
Amen. Thanks for jumping on, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hope you guys have such a good night. Love you guys.
Bye.